CP the Tool Addict. Woo! I'm fired up. I'm ready to show you guys a 100% good old-fashioned USA tool haul from some Crescent, SK, and Melco Eagle Grip brands. Now, I know we've already done some Melco stuff, but there's some more, and we got some good information we want to add into here. From the Melco, sometimes I just feel like I don't get this all in there. But let me stop jabbering, get into the video, add into what we're going to talk about. You're going to like this. Don't forget to click that subscribe button. Don't forget to click that like button. It's a good way to support me, and it's free. Totally free, because alright, ladies and gentlemen, so after the intro, let's get into the Crescent brand here. This is a USA-made Crescent wrench. Now, this is one of the tail end, I would think, from Apex Tool when they had purchased this company. So there's going to be some guys that will probably say the quality might have dissipated a little bit. And I did notice some blemishes on. It's got some sharp edges right here, which a file can fix that. And it has a little burr on the corner up here. I don't know if you can see that, but this is a beefy unit. And now, comparing this 15-inch Crescent wrench to this 20-year-old, 30-year-old Japan Crescent wrench, or adjustable wrench. Now, this is a Crescent wrench. Keep in mind, Crescent did design, have the first patent on them, but look at the beef girth. Look at the girth. Look at the beef. Look at the girth and beef on the Crescent versus the Japan, all the way through the handle. Look at that handle. I mean, just a gem. And I did notice a few differences since Crescent has went overseas and decided to change manufacturing, that they've changed this to a smooth grip, which this is a textured grip. If you look in here real close, get in there real close, just look at that. See those little dimples? I do like that. Kind of reminds me of my Blackhawk ones, which they do get a little bit of smoothness over time, but nonetheless, this is just a stout unit right here. And that's exactly what I was looking for. Now, some of you might say, well, CP, I thought you weren't going to buy any tools you didn't need anymore. And I don't really need a Crescent wrench. You know, they're not really an everyday use tool. Some guys do use them in different industries, and I've heard that. But there's some things that might come up handy with them. I'll tell you what, they do come in handy for making a few bends every now and then. You know, you pinch them close together, bend some metal with them. They always make a good hammer. I do enjoy keeping one of these in the truck just in case, because a Crescent wrench isn't all the wrenches in one. There's some things about the Crescent that I noticed. There is no markings on here for size-wise, which, I don't know, that's kind of a moot point. I don't think a lot of people are literally, you know, going, oh, well, I need a 1-inch, and then scrolling out. Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but, you know, metric and standard, that's the good thing about them. It's an all-in-one wrench. And the Crescent opens up to get the old deal out here. And let's check out the width on this in inches. We got to zero this sucker. Come on, CP. Get with the program. Crescent opens up to about 1 3/4 inches. Is that right? Almost 2 inches. Yeah, just shy of 2 inches on this. 1.796 on the Richter scale there for that bad boy. Versus the old one, I did notice, I think mine opens a little bit farther. No, it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, yeah, look at that. So you do get a little bit more width on there than I did in my old one. The old one only went to 1.32, 1732. So that's a good thing to know. And as far as the 10-inch, which I have a 12-inch out here, so I don't have a 10-inch. So the 10-inch should be relatively decent. They have a lot smoother action, I did notice, with these. I mean, you can really zing these things open here. Look at that bad boy. Let's check the width on this sucker here and see real quick, like, what we got on the 10-inch. 1.418 on that. Which would be, well, we can put it in fraction right here, fellas. Put it right in the fraction. That's 1 7/16 inches. Or we can do it metric, which makes her about a 36 millimeter. Let's go back to this here Crescent and put that in fraction. Just for Just for shits and gigs here. Come on. 103 over 128. And in metric, for you boys across the pond who don't use freedom units, that's 45 millimeters. Almost 46 millimeters. So definitely a decent mouth on that. Now, I did pick these up from Harry J Epstein, which is they do a lot of surplus and closeout stuff. So there is no technical warranty. I guess there is a warranty, because if you do break this, you'll just get it replaced. Now with the USA one, you call Crescent, they're going to replace it with a Taiwanese or China, whatever one they have now. So I doubt you're going to do that, though. But the significant savings that you make on these Crescent ones are going to be huge. So, in short, this is a great deal, because I think you can pick up all three of these for under 50 bucks, which is a smoking deal and much cheaper than going to Harbor Freight in the long run, in my opinion. And Harry J Epstein is a great company that's been around for a long time. Great folks down there in Kansas City, Missouri, which is a Midwest company, which I definitely support, and it's family owned. And there's no sponsorship, no affiliates to this. This is 100%. I will link in the description to their website. I will forewarn you, though, if you go to Harry J Epstein and you buy a bunch of stuff, that's not my fault, because I'll tell you what, you get on that site and it can get pretty dicey pretty quick. So I picked up these needle nose they had on closeout for 10 or 15 bucks right here. USA. Interesting thing is they say AJ on them. I don't know if that's AJ Manufacturing. I would assume that these were Western Forge, but that AJ, maybe somebody else knows that's a huge SK fan. But these are little guys right here, just little needle nose. I had picked up some more of these SK pliers already, and these Western Forge SK pliers are really good pliers. And these needle nose, I just wanted to have a set of these because they're going to be gone. They're disappearing, and it's just nice to have them. If you treat these tools right, you won't break them. They're really strong. They're really well built. So, despite the warranty, which I'm sure SK will still warranty these out, but chances are you're not going to get a USA made pair back. So it's something to be cognizant about if you are buying these. But that's all I got for those. Now let's talk about what I picked up from Melco. Okay, so you guys know that I had the Snap-on, the LP7s, the little guy pliers. Well, they had these down there for $29. Now I picked up the other pairs for 25 bucks, but these were the straight jaws, and if you look at the difference there, you can see. Now, interestingly enough, take a guess and think, and just ask, here's a question for you. How many pairs did Melco actually produce of these pliers when they were in business? Because it seems to be a mystery to a lot of people, and which is not that hard to find out if you do a little research. But I own every pair available that I can find right now. There is, however, 2 pairs that I do believe were made, and they were in very limited quantities that were printed with the Melco name on them. And those happened to be the thin jaw. There was a thin jaw 10-inch pair, which meaning the jaws were really thin. And I had seen another subscriber who had sent me a message on Instagram, which I don't know if I can find where it was, but he had the 10-inch ones. So I picked up, I don't remember which ones I got. I'll tell you how I can tell. These ones right here are the ones I just picked up. I picked up the curved jaw 10 inches, and I got the first pair of Melco pliers with a small issue. For some reason, these things aren't opening very well. They didn't get finished very well on the jaw on the inside here, so I'm going to try to put some lapping compound on them and try to work them in a little bit. I'm sure they will work in themselves a little bit, but you can just tell the difference between those and how these ones open. They're just they're really smooth. And these ones, I think you can almost hear it. You can almost hear the difference in the click when it opens. These things just have a little hang up. There's a few things that I did notice, a few little blemishes on some of them, but nothing really to write home and tell mom about. But nonetheless, $29.99 for each pair of these. $29.99 I picked those up. And then I picked up the Melco straight jaw 7-inch. And then I also, of course, you guys know these are ones that I had before, the Melco swivel jaws. And then I had these, and I picked up these, the straight non-swivel, but they also had these swivel jaw 8 inches. that I didn't have from Harry J Epstein. So in total, that is 9 pair that are pretty much available to everybody still to this day. You can buy 9 different models. There's 2, there's 4, there's 6, there's 8. Oh, wait, excuse us. Let me get this. I got it. My counting's off here. Okay, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 that I know of with the thin jaws. But I also believe that they did make the needle nose that Snap-on are now selling. I'm pretty sure that those were actually being manufactured at the time before Melco closed, or there was some sort of deal, because I don't think Snap-on is up and running up in Wisconsin yet, which is where they are going to be making the new pliers, unfortunately, with the price tag of almost $100, which is absurd considering the fact that I bought all of these for under $200. Can you believe that? 2 pair of Snap-ons cost what I bought all 8 of these for. Kind of ridiculous in the long and short of it. And these were USA made in DeWitt. This is a piece of history, iconic USA made history. And these things are stout. I wouldn't be worried about breaking these things, other than maybe the spring would be something that could happen. But I think that they've done a great job. These Melco pliers are absolutely fantastic. You don't know, they have patented this power ring here, which is a complete ring that's enclosed all the way around this, which gives it its added strength, which makes it one of the best locking pliers ever made. I've done as much research as I can about Melco, and the basic, the reason why they closed down is still kind of up in the air. They didn't sell what they needed to sell. Marketing was probably the biggest problem, and I think a lot of people will agree with me. They just didn't push out there that they had them, and they were getting very limited exposure, which they should have been done better with their marketing, honestly. And I don't think Melco really does a lot. And I will tell you, with a lot of tool companies nowadays, with the opportunity of the internet, there's a lot of tool companies that are still behind the 8 ball. There's a few that I could mention, but I'm not going to. But they really don't understand marketing with the internet right now, and they don't understand being able to get them out to guys like me so I can share this stuff with you. Not a knock on them, but quite frankly, if you can't get the exposure out there and let people see it to, the multiple people that have these platforms, that's just the way to do it. A lot of these companies that are getting exposure shouldn't be getting exposure. I mean, Harbor Freight is spending oodles and oodles. They get it. I will tell you that. Harbor Freight gets it. There's no doubt about it. They know that they can just put their name out there, show the stuff, people jump on board. But if companies like Melco would have done the same thing and put a little bit decenter price, they were selling for roughly around $50. I think if they would have went down around $35, I think they really could have honed in the market and made a profit still. But nonetheless, here we are. It's not my place. USA manufacturing is definitely going away. I hate to say it, boys and girls, but the long and short of it is I see the comments in my comment section all the time. People just cannot grasp the concept of quality anymore, and all they care about is price. There's still a few of us out here that do care about quality, and that's why I have these, because I know that I have a quality tool. Is it enough to overcome the market? No. And eventually some of those people will realize their follies of the ways when they're using these. They start using some of these older tools where they see these guys have had them around. I think they'll start to understand it. But anyways, guys, anything else that you want me to do or any other videos you want me to do, please don't be afraid. Leave a comment down there. Let me know what you want to see or hear. Let me show you. We will have a video coming up about swivel sockets next, which I think will be another good one. I've done one in the past, and I need to do another one because I think there's still a lot of people that don't quite understand the differences in those. There's a lot of things I have coming up that I'm going to be doing. We're going to try to stay away from getting as many tool hauls. I do have some stuff that I need to show still that I have never showed on my channel. So, but I would love to hear your guys' input as always, because that's the main focus of this channel, is getting your guys' input. The professionals, the DIYers out there that are working, that need some help or want to see some stuff because they're not seeing what they need to see, or they need a little, find out a little tips and tricks, Anyways, guys, that's the video. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.